How to fix a cigarette lighter in a car. Even if you don't smoke in your car, you probably use the cigarette lighter, which in newer vehicles often doesn't even come with the button that actually heats up to light a cigarette, to plug in things like your phone charger. If the lighter socket stops working, the most likely culprit is a dead fuse that can easily be replaced. If that's not the problem, try testing the socket itself and taking a few other simple troubleshooting measures. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Auto V Fix. We bring you exciting topics about automobiles and provide clear explanations on car-related issues and essential components. We share helpful and professional tips to help maintain your vehicle. Keep watching to learn how to fix a cigarette lighter in a car. One, locate the fuse panel. Search the owner's manual to find the cigarette lighter's fuse panel. Since your car probably has multiple fuse panels located in different places, rely on the owner's manual to locate the panel you need. Look for terms like fuse panels and cigarette lighter in the index to pinpoint the right panel. If you don't have access to a paper or online manual, search the vehicle manufacturer's website or contact your car dealer. Common fuse panel locations include under the hood, beneath the steering wheel, and in the trunk. 2. Identify the fuse. Use the legend on the panel's cover to pinpoint the lighter's fuse. Once you find the correct fuse panel, pop off the plastic cover or lid. They usually come off with minimal effort. Once the lid cover is off, flip it over and check the legend diagram that identifies all the fuses in the box. Find the one marked cigarette lighter, or similar, on the legend and locate the corresponding fuse in the panel. If you can't figure out how to remove the lid or cover, consult the owner's manual. Do the same if the legend is missing, obscured by grime, or too confusing to decipher. 3. Test for continuity. Test for a current, continuity, in the fuse with a multimeter. Plug the multimeter's black test lead into the COM jack and the red lead into the jack labeled VU, VOMA, or similar. Turn on the device and set the dial to check for continuity, which is usually indicated by a symbol that looks like a sound wave. Touch one probe tip at one end of the exposed part of the cigarette lighter's fuse and the second probe at the other end. Always follow the specific instructions for your multimeter. Depending on the device, it will likely beep, flash, light up, or display a readout that indicates continuity. If there is no continuity, the fuse has blown and needs to be replaced. If there is continuity, the fuse probably isn't the problem with your cigarette lighter. Go ahead and replace the fuse at this point anyway, just to be sure it's not contributing to the problem in any way. 4. Replace the fuse. Pull out the fuse with the tool included inside the panel, if available. Fuse panels often include a removal tool that is essentially a pair of short plastic tweezers. Grasp the exposed top of the fuse with the tweezers and pull it straight out. If the panel doesn't contain a removal tool, use household tweezers or needle nose pliers from your toolbox. The removed fuse will probably look a bit like a translucent pulled tooth. The wire inside the fuse is likely to be broken, blackened, or both. 5. Get a replacement fuse. Find a matching replacement fuse in the panel or at an auto parts store. Some panels include several spare fuses. If this is the case, pick out a spare that is an exact match in size, color, and labeling. Cigarette lighters, for example, usually use 20 amp fuses that have 20A printed on top. If there aren't any spares, bring the dead fuse with you to an auto parts store and buy an exact replacement. Automobile fuses are inexpensive, usually running only $1 and $2 USD a piece. Buy a few matching replacements just in case you end up with a dud. Make sure to use a spare fuse from the panel, not one that's currently in operation. Check the legend. 6. Install the new fuse. Press the new fuse firmly in place with your fingers. Line up the new fuse's two prongs, the roots in the tooth analogy, over the holes in the correct fuse slot. Press straight down with just enough pressure to seat the new fuse in place. When seated properly, it will be even with all the surrounding fuses. If you're having trouble lining up the fuse properly, use the removal tool to position the fuse. You'll still have to press down with your finger to seat the fuse though. 7. Test the fuse and lighter socket. Test the fuse with your multimeter, then try out the lighter socket. Run another continuity test with your multimeter in the same way as before. The multimeter should light up, beep, or otherwise indicate continuity. If so, try out the cigarette lighter in the car to confirm that it's working properly. If it is, you're all finished. If you don't have continuity, pull out the new fuse and try another replacement. If this still doesn't work, you almost certainly have a wiring problem that should be addressed by a licensed mechanic. Tips: keep the socket covered with its plastic cap, or keep the lighter plug inserted in the socket when you're not using it. This prevents dust, debris, and other junk from ending up in the socket. Thank you for watching our video. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more DIY automotive tips and tricks. Leave your comments below and let us know if there are any other topics you'd like us to cover. Until next time, stay safe.